Hey, what's up you guys? In this video, I'm gonna talk about 9 tips on how to become a self-taught artist. This is a very important thing if you are trying to learn 3D on your own, and there are a lot of things you can do right and there are a lot of things you can do wrong. And in the day and age we are living in right now, it is very easy to get confused. So I'm gonna give you these tips that probably are gonna help you a lot. So number one is to watch a lot of tutorials. This is a very obvious one, and this is your gateway to learning 3D, let's just say, or any type of art you're learning. And there are a lot of resources out there. An easy start is just go to YouTube. You're gonna find a lot of tutorials. For me myself, I do a lot of tutorials as well, and a lot of you my subscribers know that. And if you want to go a step further, you can buy courses. You're gonna find them everywhere, which is a really organized way and a really neat way to get what you want quickly, and from professionals as well. You can find also articles written tutorials, but I don't recommend that because that was the case 10 years or 15 years ago, when written tutorials were the thing. But right now video is everything, and watching someone work and do his work is probably gonna help you a lot more. Tip number 2 is actually to study successful artists. So in order to become better, you actually need to know what the other artists, the successful ones, are doing, and how they learned what they know right now, and the path they walked in order to get there. So in order to study successful people, there are a lot of resources out there. You can read articles about them, and you can actually watch podcasts on YouTube. There are a few of these, like the Ellen McKay podcast, and you can find also another cool podcast like the Collective podcast, which is an amazing podcast, and you're gonna learn about the processes and the steps that these people walked in order to get where they got. And the most important thing, I guess, about studying artists is to relate to them, and in order to actually feel like you are part of this journey, because if you are alone, then you're gonna feel like it is very difficult and you feel like you're gonna give up. But seeing what these successful, amazing people went through, and you're gonna put yourself in your shoes, and you're gonna realize that whatever you're dealing with is just part of the process, and you are gonna change your mindset to the right one, and the one that is going to lead you to becoming successful as they are. Tip number 3 is don't expect too much too early, because there are a lot of things you can do and there are a lot of things you can learn, but getting the results that the experts or the successful artists are getting is not that easy. Actually, you need to train a lot, you need to watch a lot of tutorials, you need to practice a lot, and you need actually to expect to grow slowly, especially if in the early stages you don't know much and there are a lot of obstacles, there are a lot of actually noise out there. So becoming too good too soon is probably not gonna happen, and if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. There are a few people actually who managed to become super good in 1 or 2 years, and they started actually working in the industry within 1 or 2 years, but this is not the typical result. So this is not your typical, or this is not the average Joe. So expect things to happen slowly, and don't get too ahead of yourself, and keep a slow progress, because at the end of the day, progress is better than everything, and it is the most important thing. And don't get caught in these this trap of trying to be super good very quickly and trying to compare yourself to others and things like that. Tip number 4 is just to stay focused, because there is a lot of noise out there, and there are a lot of things you can do and you can't do in the same time. So staying focused is very important. You need to know what you want and what you are after, and you need to be known for one thing, because nowadays there are a lot of artists, and actually your name can get lost really easily. But if you are gonna be known for one thing, if you are gonna be the modeling artist or the texturing artist or the VFX artist or the animation artist, is gonna be much better rather than becoming a generalist or trying to do all these things at once, which is probably gonna consume a lot of your energy and is gonna get you really frustrated if your mindset is weak and if you are not mentally tough. So you need to stay focused, stay on your lane and focus. Don't spread yourself too thin. This is a really important thing here, because staying focused is incredibly important. Tip number 5 is to stay motivated. There are a lot of ways to do this. You can go to ArtStation or any art platform in order to see what other people are doing, and you're gonna find a lot of amazing people out there, and you're gonna see what they are doing, and it's gonna motivate you. But for some reason, some people get demotivated when they see amazing art. I don't know why, because probably they think they're not gonna be able to get to that level, and these are all limiting beliefs. So you need to believe in yourself that you are gonna one day become like these people, because at the end of the day, they are people like you, and they are ordinary humans, and they have probably the same mental capacity as you. So it is just a matter of time and consistent and trying to actually become better. So also becoming motivated and staying motivated is the fuel, and it is the spark. It is the spark and it is the fuel in the same time. So personally, I don't think I can get to the level I am in right now without motivation, without being inspired to do things. And a lot of the things that I'm inspired by are looking up ArtStation. Sometimes I go to Pinterest and look at these images from these great people, and also DeviantArt, which is also a platform for artists that isn't being used that much these days. Also, to get motivated, you probably want to join art challenges and do these art challenges. Probably you're gonna do even challenges with your friends or your community, and I think this is gonna keep you motivated, because being with people is a strong bond, and it is a strong thing that is gonna keep you going. Tip number 6 is just to stay consistent, because consistency is an extremely important thing in order to be successful, especially if you are self-taught and if there aren't a lot of people around you to guide you. So consistency is the only thing that is going to guarantee that you're gonna make good and noticeable progress. I really want to emphasize this point, because if you are not in an art school or any type of formal education, then it's really difficult to do the things that you are supposed to do in the right time. So if you have a curriculum, if you are in an art school, you have a lot of people on top of you telling you what to do, and you have friends and you have certain guidelines you need to follow. But if you are on your own, consistency is a really important thing that you need to focus on, because you need to be actually responsible for yourself and for your actions and for the art you are producing and for the things you're learning. And in order to be a consistent artist, you need to be an organized one. And that actually depends on your ability to actually plan ahead what you're doing, what you're gonna do, or the projects you're gonna work on in the future. There are a lot of methods, productivity methods that you're gonna follow in order to stay consistent. You need to actually instill habits in your daily routine, because developing good habits as an artist, especially a self-taught artist, is gonna be really helpful. And if you develop bad habits, then you're probably gonna fail as an artist. That's why these things are related: habits, consistency, and productivity techniques. So you're gonna learn these in order to stay consistent, and I hope you're gonna be able to be that good in the future. Tip number 7 is you want to join art communities, because this is a really important thing to do in order to stay connected with people and with artists, and in order to learn a lot. So there are a lot of these out there, like CG Society, 3D Total, Polycount, Zebra Central, DeviantArt, and a lot of these out there. You can actually create some pieces of art and show them to other people in order for them to evaluate them for you, or if you have some questions, or if you actually need some help, that is going to be really great. Some people are going to give you feedback, especially sometimes you're going to find the professionals out there, or some people who have a lot of experience, or people who know a lot about what you're dealing with, and they're going to help you improve. I believe there is a human need to impress. So there are a lot of people who can actually do amazing work, and they want to show their work to other people, and you're going to find them right there, and they're going to help you. They're going to actually be there if you need them, and I believe this is a great way in order to grow as a self-taught artist. Tip number 9 is to just don't compare yourself to others. I mean, at least don't do it in a bad way, because There are a lot of people out there who, as I said before, this always puzzle me. This always managed to puzzle me because people, for some reason, get demotivated, get frustrated when they see amazing results of other people. I think that because they don't believe in themselves and things like these, and this is gonna hurt you so much if you focus on these things. Focus on what you are gonna become if you do the things that they have done, and I believe this is gonna lead you to a better place as an artist. I personally believe that there is a substantial number of people who give up early on in their learning stages because of this thing of comparing themselves to others. This is really hurtful, and if you want to be successful, don't look at it from this angle. Look at it from the angle that that if they can do it, then you can do it too. And this is, I believe, the mindset and the way of thinking that is gonna help you to move forward and actually use these as stepping stones. And I personally, sometimes if I get frustrated or if I compare myself to other great artists, sometimes I feel worthless. But after that, I realize, because my mindset is one of a successful person, I really quickly snap back to reality, and I realize that I can use this as a stepping stone, because I'm always making progress and I'm always moving forward. And tip number 9 is to document your progress. So I think this is a very important thing, and you can do this even in your early stages of development and growth, because you're gonna keep a record on what you have been doing throughout the years, and you're gonna see the progress you're making. And if you're not documenting your progress, you're gonna adapt to the art you're creating and the level you're at right now. And there is a thing in psychology that is called hedonic adaptation, which basically means that you're gonna adapt to whatever you're in right now. Even when it is so cool to be where you are right now, you're gonna feel like it is not good enough. And if you keep a record on what you've been doing before, you're gonna see the progress, and you're gonna realize that you've grown as an artist over the months or over the years. And also, keeping record is gonna be helpful for you in the future if you want to get clients, or if you want to get employed and you want to grow a presence online. This is really important. And whether it be on YouTube or on Instagram, or on ArtStation, or on DeviantArt, or any kind of platform, I think keeping a record of your work is gonna be really helpful, and is gonna help you to actually see and contact with a lot of people. You're gonna get feedback, and you're gonna get help, and you're gonna help people on the other hand as well. I think this is it for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like this type of content, please let me know in the comment section below, because I want to hear what you think, guys, because I'm really appreciative of your support. And thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.